All right. So who here has had a dream, only have it shot down by somebody else? Maybe you want to make the basketball team, or you want to write a song, but there's always that one guy who says, you can't do it, too short. What do you know about music? And imagine the person who shot you down was your dad. Ouch. And that's my story. It's my story about how I chased my passion and my dreams against the most respected person in my life, my dad. So the story starts here. I loved basketball in high school, and I was on a basketball team. And thinking back, all the most important lessons I've ever learned in life was through basketball. Hard work, attention to detail, teamwork. But I never thought I could have a career related to sports because, I always thought I got to be a doctor or engineer, so I put that aside. And then I went to Canada and I studied computer science. And then I worked as a programmer. And then one day this chance appeared. My wife was a high school teacher, and she said, we need a basketball coach for our team in Toronto. I'm like, I'll do it. So I signed up to coach. So I'm like, yeah, I must be a good coach. So the first game, I drew a play. It's like, set a screen, and then shoot a three. Go. And everyone went out, and they're like, I don't know what to do. And that's that moment I realized I sucked as a coach. So what do? So I'm a programmer, and the App Store just came out. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to write an app to solve my problem. So what do? I went to Google, and I searched how to write an app. I started reading, and then 3 months later, I wrote this really, really ugly version of the first version of the app. So I took it out. It's kind of ugly, and I showed it to my kids. And then they're like moving on the app. And they looked at it. They're like, wow, it's moving. It's like a video game. And they actually did what I wanted them to do. I was like, yes. So I said, oh, you know what? I'm going to set it at 99 cents, put it on the App Store, and see if anyone buys it. So I put it on the App Store. Next day, I opened my app. One person bought it. Best day of my life. Yes. So then I kept improving it, kept updating it, and then I started seeing increase in sales. 2 a day, 3 a day, 5 a day. Oh, exciting stuff. And then one day, I woke up. It's like a couple thousand downloads. I'm like, okay, this must be a mistake. I'm going to check with Apple and see how that works. And then later on the day, my friend messaged me. He's like, hey, I saw your app on apple.com. I'm like, what? So I went on apple.com, and my app was right there. I'm like, oh, my gosh, this is happening. My dream's coming true. So I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to do this full time. Yes. So I go home. That night, I call my dad. I'm going to tell him the whole story. I'm going to quit my job and do it. I told him, and he's like, no, you shouldn't do it. He gave me a million reasons why I shouldn't do it. He said, who's going to buy a $7,000 phone and buy your whatever this is, this app, and you're going to make a career out of it? It's not possible. It's too risky. You can't do it. And I was really, really mad. Because this moment, I really needed someone to support me. And of all people, my dad said no. I was so angry. I'm your son, and you don't support me? Why? So I got really angry, and then we talked and talked and talked, and at the end, I just asked him one simple question. Do you support me? And he said no. So I hung up. I hung up on him. And I'm a grown man, and that night I cried. Because I thought, why? Why are you not supporting me? And then that night I kept thinking, maybe he's right. He's right all my entire life. This time he's right too, right? Like it's risky, there's so much challenge, I shouldn't do it. But the more I thought about it, the more I felt this is my passion, I should follow it. And then when I woke up, I believed it in the idea more than ever before. So I called my mom. I said, Mom, tell your husband. Tell your husband I'm going to do this for 1 year regardless of what he says. And watch, I'm going to show him. So right after that, things went downhill. I quit my job, and then they took me off apple.com. I can't stay there forever. Sales went down. Competitors came up. And then people wrote me like 1-star reviews and said, you're a scam. This is the most terrible app in the world. Give me back my 99 cents. So I was really sad. And there was very dark moments where I kept looping what my dad said. It's like, yeah, he's right. I can't do this. Who am I? And in those dark, dark hours, I went online and I searched for inspirational videos like TED Talks. And I watched them, I'm like, man, that's inspirational. And that guy is a human being too. And he was once a beginner too. If he can do it, why can't I? After I watch those videos, I do something crazy. I'll go in the mirror and I'd say to myself, Keith, you can do it. You can do it. I say it so many times that I believe I can do it. And then there's one day I was taking a shower and I was self-talking myself. Like, you can do it, you can do it. And my wife came back and I didn't know. She came into the bathroom and I opened the door and she had this horrified look. She's like, are you okay, Keith? I'm like, yes, that's what I do. It's okay. And then after a while, actually, things got better. Sales improved. And it became stable. And then one by one, my dreams came true. NBA coach emailed me and said, hey, I'm using your app. Can you add this feature to the app? I got to meet with the CEO of Nike to show him my product. And my app was featured on all the app stores. That's Messi. I was really, really close with Messi, the football star. But then, I never got what I wanted. I wanted my dad to tell me, son, I was wrong and you're so right. But that never happened. But about 2 years ago, during a quiet moment, my mom sat down next to me and said, son, your dad is never going to say this, but in front of his friends, he's very proud of you. And that moment beat any of the moments I just showed you. Beat this moment, beat all those other moments. That moment was super awesome. And then another miracle happened. About a year ago, I had a son. And then I realized why my dad said no. Not because he didn't love me, but because he loved me so much, he didn't want me to struggle. He knew entrepreneurship was really hard, and he didn't want me to go through it. So I'm going to take this opportunity and say, Dad, I took the difficult path, but I'm fine now. You don't have to worry about me. Thank you.